So, you guys,
I think there needs to be a podcast drinking game. I'm calling it early. I'm calling it right now. Anyone who wants to grab a bottle of your favorite booze and take a drink every time Alyssa says you guys,
oh
because
man.
you're going to be sloshed.
Deux, trois. All right, we're rolling. Hey, for those of you tuning in, I'm Alyssa,
I'm Alex.
and we are Those Married Idiots.
That's right. Every single time you want me to say it with you, I'm not going to.
I do, because I'm like, and Those Married Idiots.
Feel like that would
Ah.
underline the point even more than the title does all the work. And your voice is better than mine anyway, so there you go.
I agree to disagree. You have the announcer voice that can do any accent imaginable. Give me Australian.
Oh my.
Come
God.
on.
Right now.
Do it for the crowd. Do it for the people.
Oh boy. I'll tell you what, I'll give you Australian at some point, and I'm not going to tell you when either.
Well, hang on. Now that we're playing that game, which I'm totally here for and love, at some point in this episode, you're going to give me a little Aussie, a little Irish.
You don't get to make demands.
Just three. Just three.
No. I'm giving you Australian.
And Russian.
We're gonna pace. This is.
You guys, I promise he's way better than me. I cannot do accents to save my life.
I'll give you Australian, and I'll give it to you at some point, and maybe I'll unveil other tricks.
Irish or Russian.
Oh,
come on, baby.
oh, come on, baby. What are we even doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here? So you guys,
You
My-
guys.
my husband and I are dumb enough to have decided in the last 2 months not only to start posting on social media like we're content creators, but also now to start a podcast, a couples comedy podcast.
Yeah, we think we're very funny. So what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, so what are we going to do here? We are best friends. Right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in those 15 years, I feel like we've been through a lot of ups and downs. And we've always been able to talk it out. I mean, I'm an Aries. He's a Libra. We're like polar opposites.
You know, I do not believe in, okay, I won't say I don't believe in astrology at all, but I do feel like there is an overhypedness to it, and it's become a stereotype, like the dating scene being like, what's your sign? I'm not going to go on a second date with you if you're a this or a that. But all that aside, I will say that when I read how Libra and Aries interact,
Yes.
it went
Yes!
straight to the core of our relationship.
It's so true. I'm fire, baby.
You are, and I'm just a fireman. I'm just trying to control the burn. Ooh,
Your
too
water.
soon. Too soon.
And I feel like we found a way to talk it out, to laugh over the chaos,
Mostly.
So
Or to yell over the chaos. Sometimes we yell.
Oh,
We may or may not have been yelling 5 minutes before we hit the record
we
button.
have soundproofed this bitch so that we don't disturb our neighbors. Oh, that could be taken in a lot of different ways. But no, you guys, we are here to entertain
Yes.
all y'all, to inspire, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
to give you practical tips, relatable stories, and just all in all, hopefully entertain you and have you wanting to come back to listen to more of our ridiculousness.
Yeah, I mean, practical tips. I think we're going to talk a lot about our experiences.
Yeah.
You know, if we end up having people who are interested in putting their own questions or their own experiences up to us, we will do the age-old tradition of weighing in and giving our thoughts. And
Play games.
yeah, I think this is just kind of a playground for us. We're going to play games. We're going to hopefully bring in other friends, couples, people.
Yeah, I think that it's going to kind of evolve. Right now, I think we're a little like...
Have no fucking idea what we're doing.
We're just throwing stuff out there, and we're going to see what sticks, see what you guys like, and we'll probably lean more into that. But all in all, you can think of this as a couples comedy podcast pretending to be.
You're butchering it. I came up with that whole
Sorry,
line.
say it, babe. What is the line?
It's a relationship comedy disguised as advice.
Yes, that is our elevator pitch.
That's our log line
Our
for
log
those of you
line.
in the biz.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. First things first, I guess. Who the heck are we?
Yeah, let's talk about
Who's going
that.
first?
I'll go first.
Do it.
So, you guys,
We're gonna
I'm
start a
sh-
also sidecar. I think there needs to be a podcast drinking game. I'm calling it early. I'm calling it right now. Anyone who wants to grab a bottle of your favorite booze and take a drink every time Alyssa says "you guys,"
Oh,
because
man.
you're gonna be sloshed.
Well, I'm sure you can guess where I'm from. This girl here was born and raised in Los Angeles, in the Valley, Studio City, represent. And okay, to give you just a quick understanding of who I am, when I was a child, what?
You're gonna do the thing you didn't want to do.
No, I'm not. I am not.
You're gonna give us your life
I'm
history.
trying to get them to understand who I am in a nutshell in a very quick way.
Oh, are you gonna tell us a story about you as a child?
Just let me talk.
Tell us a story.
Bro.
No, make it a story. It's gonna be so much better if you do it as a story because I know most of your childhood stories, like your little toddler and baby girl stories.
When I was about 3 years old, all I wanted to be, and this is what I was going to say, Alexander. All I wanted to be was Shirley Temple. And I feel like all I want to be is Shirley Temple. I had all her VHS tapes, and I had this tiny table in my room that I would kind of shove in front of my TV and stand on, and I knew all her tap dances and her songs. So now I'm just a grown-up version of Shirley Temple.
Okay, I have to know. This I'm not aware of. I haven't looked through all the family tapes. Do you have videos of you doing her tap dances?
I wish.
Do you still know her tap dances? I'll take anyone.
Animal crackers in my soup. No, I
Not
don't.
the song. I want to grab my phone when we're done with this and I want to film you tap dancing. I want a full take of it.
I think it was more like, yeah, she did some tap dancing, but more like I knew her songs and I would do her like pouty faces and she kind of just did these simple rhythmic. Yeah, I could kind of do it.
You still do those pouty faces.
Now you know where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm basically a grown-up Shirley Temple. That sounds weird. You guys, my favorite color is hot pink.
You guys, everyone drink.
Oh no! It's real.
We're 3 shots in, everybody.
I am a cat mom to 2 of the most adorable kitties in the world, Theodore and Emma. I am a musician and actor. And okay, wait, this brings it back to what we're doing here. So, yes, I have been lucky enough to, be on some really fun projects in acting. I've done TV shows, I've done commercials, I've worked with some great directors. But at the end of the day, I feel like when you're an actor, you're always waiting to be cast. And it could be as simple as you weren't tall enough, you were too tall, your hair color was wrong. And in acting, you're very beholden to other people and what they want. And it could be something really silly. And I know that because I've been in the casting rooms on the other end, casting for other people, and I know that it goes down to these tiny things. So I wanted to find a way to be creative and have fun where I'm in charge. So that's when I was like, Alex, let's start doing content together, like couples content. So a few months ago, we got on the good old TikTok and Instagram.
You sound 100. I feel like this is going to happen to both of us, though.
You guys, I'm a millennial. Get over it. Millennials have made their way to TikTok.
Elder millennial. No, you're not an elder millennial.
Fuck off. I'm a millennial.
No, I know, but there's a range.
Oh, no, I think I'm just straight in the
like
middle.
Gen X, then there's elder millennial, which is the earliest earliest people born in the millennial
We are not
range.
calling me an elder millennial. I am straight up millennial. But so I convinced Alex, and we've been having so much fun creating and laughing. And honestly, I feel like it's helped our relationship a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's funny because we both work in ways that we're at home a lot.
Totally.
So it's an interesting thing, me being, working on a project
Mm.
and being in the house, but not having access to me in a way
Yeah.
because like, no, I have emails, I have Zoom calls, I have this, I have that I'm doing.
Mm.
And so having time each day or sometime throughout the week where we are doing something together, where we're making something together,
Yeah.
feels like it brings things together, makes things a lot more cohesive. And
Yeah.
outside of that, it just increases the communication and all that, which was never bad, but you can always be better, right? Like it can always
Absolutely.
be, hey, we made that thing today. It's fun. Oh, look, people are enjoying this. Oh, this makes me want to go try this new restaurant. Then this, oh my God, I had this new idea for something. And it kind of stokes the flames of creativity for both of us. And that's
Yeah.
been really cool.
And I feel like it's funny. So Alex is a producer, mainly commercials, documentaries.
You're doing my bio
No, I'm
too.
just saying no, 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 no. But at the end of last year, in what, October, I booked a commercial that he was producing, and it was fun getting to work together in that dynamic because before that, I had never worked with him where he was producing something unless it was like a short film that we had done together. But that was the first time, and
hmm
after that, I would just realize like, God, I love creating stuff with you. So that's why I was like, well, I want to be doing this all the time. Literally, like if that's all we could be doing, I would be the happiest person.
Well,
And then we started
yeah,
doing that, and
we
now we're doing this.
we've been doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, do you guys feel like you know me? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
it's a weird question.
I know it is. Kind of creepy.
Do you know me?
Do you know me?
Do you know me?
That wasn't enough.
That wasn't
That
enough.
wasn't enough. People are gonna. They
They have-
probably don't even realize that you said that in an
No, they have no
Aussie
idea.
accent. Aussie accent? All I can do in an Australian accent is "Arr nar."
Well, the thing I'll say is that if you are not familiar with Australian people and you have not been there, you don't know a lot of them, this probably sounds like a great accent. But all the Aussies out there are just going to be talking shit, complete shit about how I sound.
I disagree. But anyways, a little bit about you, baby. Baby.
Little bit about me. Uh, I am married to that blonde bombshell over there. No, I am a producer, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I've been, I kind of started out in production a long time ago back in LA, and now I do a lot of commercials. I've done documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like also there's this thing where so many people don't know what that means. Like producer is such a nebulous term, it has no real definition unless you preface it with something. And there's 10 different types of producers. So the long and short of it that I say to people is like, I'm either working on budgets, spreadsheets, emails, or phone calls. Those are the main things I do, which is not that different from most people. The difference is the culmination of all of that results in a lot of people coming together to make something, make some audio visual product, whether that's a commercial or a documentary or whatever. So that's what I do
Yes.
for a living.
Yes.
We're here in Nashville.
Oh yeah, we moved to Nashville.
Yep, I am.
Y'all.
Oh boy.
All y'all.
I will say, I think people who've been in Nashville a long time probably don't need or love the y'all. It was one of my favorite things to adopt coming here because just especially in the corporate world of LA and like there's so much lingo and you wanna be right and talk the right way. And y'all is just this disarming, universal, pleasant way to address people. It's been an
Totally.
absolute favorite.
Well, one of my best friends, she's from Texas, and she had told me years ago, which I didn't know, but y'all is referring to like one person or maybe two people, but all y'all is when it's a large group. So hi y'all, and then hi all y'all.
I think y'all could be more than two people.
That's what she said.
I get it. I guess
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying
fact check this later.
y'all isn't like
Tracy, if you're
100
listening,
people.
am I right?
Oh boy. I hope you're not listening, Tracy. Wait until the 10th episode once we've got our feet under us. So, yes, Nashville. We love Nashville. And I also grew up a lot in LA. I wasn't born there. I was born on the East Coast, so I've got that in my upbringing as well. I am also a cat dad, although I'm more of a dog person. I'm gonna say that until the day I
So what he
die.
says, people.
I would have gotten a dog. I left the country and came home to a cat. I was actually
It's
told while
true.
I was in Nepal
That's what
that we were
happens
getting
when
a.
you leave your woman for too long. 3 months is too long, babe.
That's right. And then I come home, we have our cat who we love, and he needs another cat, so we rescue a cat. So now we have two cats, and I still want a dog. And by the way, we will be getting a dog.
That's nice, babe.
It's gonna happen. So yeah, dog lover, cat owner, married, producer, whiskey enthusiast.
Absolutely. Whiskey and
You
Pokemon.
you cannot see them. Okay, sure. That's like childhood. I wasn't into whiskey when I first got into Pokemon. But if you can't see it, but there are about 100 bottles of whiskey on the shelves in here.
Yep.
I'm not like the guy who buys $300 bottles. I buy
Well,
regular stuff, but then
sometimes.
sure, very occasionally.
But you have a good collection. I feel like you're not just drinking Jack Daniels.
No, but don't be knocking
I'm
Jack
not
Daniels.
knocking
That's
Jack.
Tennessee.
I'm not knocking Jack.
I like Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack?
For anyone out there who is a Jack Daniels fan who hasn't done the upgrade to Gentleman Jack, look for it in the store. Gold label instead of the black label, and I think the bottle's shaped slightly differently, and that stuff is good.
You're a whiskey man. I'm a tequila and gin girl. I like my clear liquids.
That's right.
Love a good tequila.
Also, fun fact, photographer was supposed to be my profession. I actually was supposed to be a cartoonist, and then that
Supposed to be. I was supposed to be a vet. No, I was.
yeah, we both. I guess this is true of anybody. You kind of have all the different iterations. No, but I actually had the dream of like I'm gonna take photos for a living, and I did for a while, for a couple of years. I still love to do it. I've
You're amazing at it.
taken quite a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very sweet of you. I've taken quite a lot. But all that to say, even though I feel like more of a paper pusher these days when it comes to creative stuff, I think you and I both have a very creative thread within us.
We do, and I feel like our relationship has kind of always been around that, whether it's doing photo shoots together, music videos, short films.
Oh my God. Oh no. I've been an Instagram husband all these years. Am I a podcast husband now?
I think you are.
I'm a TikTok husband. I'm a pod.
You are.
So this is all your fault.
And you guys, I just said you guys again. And you guys.
Oh, that's right. That's 4.
I know.
If I missed any, call them out.
You're welcome. Hopefully soon to be parents. We've been together 15 years. I feel like not having kids it's time.
That's right.
It's time, you guys. Oh my God. I really do say it a lot. We just moved down to Franklin. We are in like a little cute suburban town in a cul-de-sac. I'm ready to teach my kids how to ride a bike in our little cul-de-sac.
Which, by the way, I was actually, when we first moved into the house, I was getting a new computer and I was talking to one of the reps at the Apple store. And I remember I told her that I had just moved to Franklin. And I was like, it's almost too perfect. And she said, oh, I know. It's like the first 10 minutes of a horror movie, but the horror movie never starts.
It never starts. And I don't feel like we're in Pleasantville. It's not that.
No,
it's
people are
just,
so real and down to earth
real
here.
and nice.
Yeah, we like it. We love it.
We love it.
So that's us.
That's us, and yeah.
But you also have some things that you want to do each episode, right? You've been writing down.
Yes. Please write in for the following episodes because we would love to answer your questions and give you some unfiltered advice.
And they can be anything. You can ask us questions about us. You can ask us questions about our relationship. You can ask us questions about relationship situations you find yourselves in and pretend that we're experts and have any idea what we're talking about, which we don't. You can tell us stories. You can just write in anything you want.
Absolutely. And email us at thosemarriedidiots@gmail.com. Again, thosemarriedidiots@gmail.com.
There's the announcer voice.
There it is. There she is.
It just makes me think of New Girl. Morning announcements. Morning announcements.
Morning announcements. So I thought at the start of each episode, Alex and I could say something we're grateful for and then something that pissed us off that the other person did. And I wanted to just do something that pissed us off, but Alex was like, well, let's also be grateful, because he's also always saying, like, I'll get into these funks, you guys,
Wait,
where
I will not always be saying that. You.
no, I know. What I'm saying is this has become a thing in our relationship where I will have like a total meltdown, crying, and Alex will be like, "Okay, Alyssa, look around the room and tell me 5 things you're grateful for." And I was doing this like daily.
And it
um,
works. It
it
works.
does.
There's your first tip. If you've got
Yeah.
a little negative Nancy, one thing you can do. And by the way, this doesn't have to be anything important. You can be grateful for the paint color. You can be grateful for, a rug. You can be grateful for
Absolutely.
getting your nails done recently, or the fact that they haven't chipped, or a book that you read. Like, it doesn't have to be deep, super meaningful stuff. It's just a practice of looking around your life,
Mhm.
your room, your space, and finding something that gives you a little bit of joy. And what I personally believe is that you should be able to find joy in almost anything. You should be able to bring joy out of the
I
things
know.
around you. So
And you're
that was
so
why
good
I
at that.
right, but that was why I came up with that. If you can
Yeah.
find 5 things very quickly
Yeah.
that you have gratefulness for.
Good. Well, then let's do at the beginning of the episode one thing we're grateful of about the other person, and then something that pissed us off about the other person, because that's more fun.
Okay.
So this week, something I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for your willingness to take walks with me in the neighborhood. I really wanted to go on a walk, and you stopped what you were doing, your work, and you took the 30 minutes to go out and walk in the neighborhood with me, and I'm grateful for that.
I love that. It's also good for me. I mean, I very easily get too entrenched, and I think that just putting in a 10-hour day or a 12-hour day or not stopping is going to be the right way to tackle a project. And inevitably, getting outside of the house, being with you, taking a breath, always makes me more efficient. It actually lets me get more done because I don't just go down this spiral of less and less productivity, but trying to just grind it out. So I'm equally grateful for that. But I'm not going to steal yours. I'll give you my own.
So, what were you grateful for?
This week, I was grateful for your creativity.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, just
I'll take it.
in starting all of this up, it we've done a lot of research. We've listened to a lot of other podcasts, gotten inspiration. We've been toying with all the elements that you need when you put something like this together, even if it's just the cover art or the about us. There's just a lot of ideating and creating that goes into something like this, and you've been doing such a good job of taking, even if it's something that I came up with to start or that you came up with, you've been like refining it, you've been coming up with your own stuff and like really putting this whole idea here. Not to mention when we are doing posts on other platforms, every day you're finding new things we can do and new creative, just even if it's a trend or if it's a new one that you want to try with me or just a video that we're going to do together, you've got so much creativity. I feel like you're ready to burst with it, and I keep seeing that come out more and more, and I love that.
Thanks, baby.
Hmm.
I love you.
I love you too.
Now, what pissed you off that I did this week?
So many things,
I'll
like
start.
almost everything.
Okay, so something that pissed me off that you did. It's a small one, but it pissed me off. So last week we went to Chipotle to get bowls because I didn't want to cook. And I wanted to get a chip bag, and you were like, no, let's just share a large chip bag. So I was like, fine. We go home. Now, you guys, Alex is a lot faster of an eater than me. So we're sitting down.
Every human male is a faster eater.
Fair enough.
Every single human male.
But we just put the chip bag on the table, and before I knew it, I had had like a few chips. The whole bag was gone, and I was so pissed because I didn't get to have my chips. So from now on, if we're sharing a bag, I'm like equally distributing it so I can have my chips with my bowl, because I really like to scoop up my bowl with the chips, and it really pissed me off. So there you go. But I've already come up with a solution.
Uh-huh.
which I just said.
Yes, you
Okay.
have. It reminds me of the trend of couples where they'll put one meal in like the trunk of the car or on the table or whatever, and then they have some sort of game like a flip cup game or a rock paper scissors
Oh, and you
that they
can
have
have a
to do,
bite.
and whoever wins, the other person
Gets
has to
to.
run a distance away and touch something and then run back. Meanwhile, their spouse or their significant other is just chowing down.
Yeah.
And every time I see these, the girl gets in like 2, 3 bites, maybe, depending on how far the guy has to run. But the dude is just hoovering
Shoveling.
the
Oh,
food.
man.
This is just how it is.
Oh, man. Okay, your turn.
Something you did to piss me off. Oh, it's like a cornucopia of options. uh, you picked such a vanilla one.
It's okay. You don't have to pick a vanilla one.
Good. I think it's just this one is kind of consistent and it's a little bit more generic, but I think it is one worth talking about, which is like you never want to be waiting for me. You never want to be the one waiting
It's
for
true.
something.
Yeah.
So if I ask you to be even a little bit patient, even if it's something where I was waiting first, you have very little threshold before you're like, nope, I'm on to doing something else. So like even you're going to go off and read. And I'm like, great, while you're reading, I'm going to do this thing. The moment you've decided you're done reading, boom, you're in the room and you're like, now it's time to do blah. I'm like, okay, you finished. Now I know you finished. Let me do my thing to a point where I can put that away. It's going to take 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Give me 3 or 5 minutes. And then in that 3 or 5 minute time, you cannot wait.
No,
You are
because I don't
doing
like waiting around. I
something
feel like I'm
else.
not doing anything. I could
And
be
then when I
doing
come back to you,
something.
I'm like, great, now let's do the thing we were going to do
But
together.
now
And
I'm
you're
into
like,
something else.
it is one of the most frustrating things in
But now say it in an Irish accent, and maybe I'll forgive you for.
fucking excuse me? Was this a trap? Say one thing that pissed you off. Aha! I got your ass.
I hear what you're saying, and I get that. I do that.
I will not be stopping.
I can try to work on it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that kind of wraps up.
Do you have any other little things you wanted to try?
Yeah, and then maybe at the end we could be giving like tips on fun date night ideas or restaurants we love or new recipes we've done
Ooh,
this
can
week
I just do
or
one?
yeah, you can tell one.
Okay. Because I feel like I've told so many people this date idea. I don't know how many people have tried it, but it is still to this day one of my favorite things that we
What?
have ever done,
What?
which is the morning movie.
Oh,
Is the morning movie.
yes.
So on a
Good date.
whim, one weekend, we wanted to go see a movie, but for some reason we couldn't see an evening showing. So we were like, let's watch a matinee. And then I was like, what if instead we just saw it this morning? Like, what if we saw a 10 o'clock showing of this movie on a Saturday?
Yeah.
And it felt so unusual and outlandish to do, but we did it. And we loved it the first time. So then we improved on it. And so the perfect morning movie tradition is you find the movie you want to see. You buy the tickets beforehand so that all that stuff is done. Get like a 9:30, 10, or 10:30 a.m. showing. 11, I would say, at the latest. But really,
Usually they're cheaper tickets too.
they are. They're
Yeah,
so
they're
much cheaper
cheaper.
tickets. Do not get out of your PJs.
Oh no.
You stay in those PJs.
And slippers.
Grab a blanket.
Yes.
Both of you
Yes.
separately grab a blanket. Hit the store on the way. You're going to buy like a, individual sized orange juice, probably one for both of you. And then you're going to buy a mini bottle of champagne. This is if you're into mimosas and like want to do that. Otherwise, just something fun.
Ladies, bring a big purse.
No, you wrap it in the blanket.
Oh yeah,
That's
is
the
what
beauty
you
of
do.
this. So you get your individual size orange juice. You get your one mini bottle of champagne. You go to your favorite coffee shop that also has pastries. Each of you gets a pastry. Each of you gets your favorite coffee.
Or a breakfast burrito.
So you get whatever your heart's content is. You bundle all the stuff that you can hide in your blanket. You march into that theater unashamedly. PJs, slippers, everything. Get into the theater, blankets out, make your little cozy area space, and then, oh, by the way, you should do this before you get into the theater, but crack the orange juice open, pour a little bit out, and then pour the champagne into it,
Oh, yeah.
and then close it. And then you bring it all in. You literally have brunch in your
Watching a
PJs,
movie.
watch a movie, and I will tell you the power trip you get walking out of that theater when it's like noon or 12:30 and you've just seen a movie, gone to brunch, and you're still in your PJs. There's no other better feeling.
It's the best, and
It's
we
so
haven't done
good.
that in a while.
We haven't.
We should do that.
We should. We got to pick a movie that
But no, that is a great date
highly recommend.
idea.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, so I feel like that wraps today's episode up. And please subscribe to our channel. We are everywhere you can listen. And check us out on our socials if you want to see us being silly.
Yeah, if you're looking for the podcast, Those Married Idiots. If you're looking for our socials, it's going to be Alyssa the Lake.
And again, please write in. Send us a question. We'll give you advice or maybe just some laughs. thosemarriedidiots@gmail.com. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.